Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Neo Nails. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the dual foams. I've not done this for a long time because I remember a long time ago, probably over 10 years ago, where dual foams first came around. I've not played with them since then, so let's do it. As you can see, my nails are atrocious. I've cut myself here while I was cutting potatoes. That's nice. It's nice that there. It was talking. I was like, swore a lot, yes. And I've also come out with some dermatitis, if you can see. It's nice. I'm putting it down to the stress of December and winter, because I've not really been near nail stuff. Like, I've not been doing like a load of nails or anything like that. I've not overexposed my hands to products, so I'm putting it down to winter and stress. Now I want you to look at this nail. This is a beautiful one. This is a lush nail. What do we think's happened to that nail? That nail has been broken. But it's getting better. It's growing up. It's getting better. We'll do a little tutorial on that, of how to fix that, in another video. But this video, we're going to use the dual foams. If you don't know what they are, I'll show them to you. They look like tips, and I bet you're thinking, no, they're not foams. Foams are sticky things like stickers. No, these are dual foams, which means you use the inside of this tip. This will not work with a normal tip. A normal tip is a different kind of plastic, and what will happen is it will just stick to the tip. So don't think, I can cheat and I can just use a tip. It will not work. So if you look at them, they've all got different sizes. Your number's on the very tip, just here.
Is that a 6 or a 9?
That is a 6. It's a 6.
Sure?
Yeah, I'll show you 9. Here's a 9. 9 is smaller.
69, dudes!
How rude.
Bill and Ted?
Yeah, I thought it was something else. I'm going to do it on my index finger. I'll show you how you line these up and everything like that. So I'm going to get a few different sizes out. So we've got a 9 there. No, 6, sorry. And we've got a 7. I think 7's going to be too small. So we'll go for a 5 as well and just have a little look at how they fit on the nail. I am going to clean this nail up first. Just going to clean this up. I am going to wipe over with acetone because I don't want no oils on there or anything. You can use the gel residue wipe-off solution, that's fine. Now, what I don't want you to do is go like this and make it completely flat. If you do that, you're not allowing for room inside the mould, because we're going to fill inside this mould. Going to go on the nail like so. Can you see that gap between the nail and the foam? You don't want it flat like this. That doesn't allow for any room. You need a bit of room for the product. So we're going to place it on like this. If you squish it down like this, you'll basically just squish all of the product to the free edge and you'll have nothing on your nail. Does that make sense? When you apply it, you want to go straight up to the cuticle and you'll rock it down like this. You are not going to squish it flat like this. You want it to fit like that. And obviously you want the nail to be straight. Now you can get away with doing an almond shaped nail or a square nail. You can even have a little go at doing a ballerina shaped nail.
Why can't you do stiletto?
Stiletto won't work as easy. You'd have to do a bit more filing, only because the nail will come up a little bit. So you know how you're going to position it. I'll just show you from the side again. So you can see that gap there is space between this foam tip and my natural nail. You do not want it like this. So when you're sizing this up, it's very important to keep the space between the foam tip and your nail. Are you with me?
I'll ask you a question.
Go on.
So how do you know which, you've already explained you need to leave a gap, so how do you know which size to use? What other indicators are there? Is it what comes straight out of the free edge? Out of your sidewall?
So you've got to make sure that the side of this foam fits the side of your natural nail. Can you see how that one does? So let's go to a smaller tip. And if I squish this down, it looks like it actually covers all of the nail. However, we give it that little bit of a gap, so a bit of space, and it's actually too short at the side.
So your natural nail should not be coming through.
Exactly. Comprende? So you might think that it's going to fit, but go slightly bigger, then readjust. There you are. Bob's your auntie. No, that's wrong. I can't even say it. We're not getting into that again. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. There you are. So we're going to go for number 5 on that one. Now you can do this with acrylic or gel. So you can use acrylic or hard gel. So use whatever system you want to do. So you're going to think, oh, how far are we going to go down the nail? So even if I hold this like this, so using my finger to support this, I've still got a gap between. So I've still got enough room for product, yeah? And I can sort of judge how long I'm going to take this. And I'm probably going to go to about there. So I'm just going to wet that a little bit there, just so I can see. You can even put a bit of product there if you want to, because it will pop off. I'm going to use warm beige. And I'm going to start at the free edge first, because the wettest part I need is the part that's going to adhere to my nail. I've just thought of something. I've not applied primer, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to dehydrate the nail, just like we would normally. And then we're going to apply primer. The monomer I'm using is High Speed. Here we go. So I've got quite a large bead. I'm going to place that to the longest point first. Start to pull that down. Oh my God, we'll probably get this done in one bead. Don't overpack the back. You still want that to be nice and thin. You can then shape this a little bit if you need to. Now I'm going to use a wet brush just to go over the product so I know it's going to adhere to the nail. Flip it over right at the cuticle. Start to gently rock it down. Anything that comes out, you just take your brush, keep that away. You can neaten anything from the underside at this point, as long as you don't press too hard. All I'm going to do now is rest my finger there, tiny bit, and then we're going to let that set. I can feel it getting a little warm. While it's getting warm. No, I don't do it. It's going to pop off. What you're going to do is test it by pressing the tip like this. And what you'll see, can you see it here? You can see it here. it's starting to pop off.
Like a bubble of air.
Yeah. So what you can do is just a little bit of pressure and it will just pop off like that. I'm then going to put a pinching tool on just to see if we can give it a little bit of a pinch. How cool is that? Oh, you see, ta-da! We have a nail. So you can see how neat the cuticle area is already.
So is that kind of thing practical in a salon, do you think?
I think this is super quick in a salon. Yeah, definitely. Super, super quick. All right, what I'm going to do now is just file it. There won't be a great deal of filing. What you need to do is just spray your little dual forms with the gel residue wipe-off solution just to clean them. That's all you'll need to do. So we're going to file this now. So I'm just going to make it slightly more almond shape. Make sure my side walls are nice and straight. So already it's looking, you know, it's starting to look like a finished nail. All I'm going to do now is buff over the top. The only reason I'm buffing away that shine is because I'm going to apply a top coat and I don't want it to start to crack off the shiny surface. So I'm just going to buff over that. And what I want to show you is how you can neaten up the underside. Because sometimes you get like a little bit of overspill of product. Now this is quite easy to do. So you're going to use a pointy bit in your electric file. And you're just going to take off any excess. This is the same thing you would do as if somebody comes in and they've got regrowth underneath the nail and they don't like to see that. This is the same thing that you would do. You would take away and clean underneath the nail with exactly the same bit. So all we're doing is just making it nice and smooth. Now if you get a whole heap of product under there, that could be because you've pressed down too much when you have been applying the form. This is why you need that space. Yeah, nice and smooth. All I'm going to do now is clean over with some acetone. And then I've got a top coat with the Urban Graffiti top coat. Excuse my squeaky hands.
I was wondering where that was coming from.
I've got squeaky fingers. And I'm going to pop that into the lamp and cure. So there we have a perfect nail. I'm going to finish off with some cuticle oil. I think this technique is perfect for you guys who are starting out or people in the salon who want something really quick, because it doesn't take a long time to do this. So if you struggle with application and getting everything nice and smooth, this is a great little cheat for you. I just wish my fingers were in better nick. Sorry. If you don't know what that means, better nick, it means better, like, I wish they were healthy and not got dermatitis all over them and stuff. So, don't judge me. Okay? So there you are, guys. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. The dual forms will be listed below and all the other products will too. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.